So back in 2017, Canik launched the TP9 SFX, which was a budget option to someone wanting to get into a race gun kind of mentality. It had a longer slide, it had cuts, although not cuts in the barrel, which is what would matter. Didn't really have a compensator, but it was a heavier gun, and the price point was set for that budget-minded person. Now, this is the TP9 SFX whiteout edition, and originally it didn't come with a way to retain that rear sight when you take it off to put an optic plate on here. This is actually a optic plate from Calculated Kinetics. There'll be a link for that down below if you guys are interested. It has a kind of a standoff option if you're going to rack this on a barrel, and then there's the Wolf X Pro red dot sight. Had this for probably since it came out, honestly, when they first launched. The wife actually really wanted it. This is the whiteout edition. And it's okay. It's a little jumpy. But it shoots good. Gets a little dirty. It is white after all. But Canik came out with something real special not too long ago, and now there's a new edition of that particular special gun that I want to show you guys today. Let's take a look. It's 1,000,000 degrees out, so sorry about the sweat in my eyeballs. SHOT Show comes around. Canik releases the Canik TTI Combat, right? That is a Taran Tactical Innovations by Taran Butler, his edition of a Canik, right? It's a race gun. It's affordable because it's a Canik, and it has a lot of the whiz bang bucks exciting features that you'd want out of a race gun. Now, it was bronze color, which seems to be his coloration pattern. He likes putting bronze or copper tones on everything. Well, then Canik comes out with the Canik TTI Combat Smoke Edition, and this thing does have, you know, a little bit of that copper tones to it, but this is the one I kind of wanted. So this one's coming out here in the next month. I got it from Canik. They sent it out to me, but as you know, we're pretty honest reviews here, so I'll let you know if it sucks. But so far, gone about 100 rounds, and it is, looks good, and she's fun, and she's fast. Now the new smoke comes with 2 mags. I know it should be 3, 4, 5 at this point, but companies are working on it, right? So this is the Taran Butler plus 3 extension on the 18 rounder, and this is the 18 rounder as well that has been coming with the SFX actually for years. This fits the regular SFX, and this holster is brand new design. It's a Kydex based with a twist tension knob on the side, which honestly is way better than the old push button. That's just kind of janky. It's kind of flimsy. It was just cheap, but they wanted something in the packaging that allow you to go right to the range or carry it around your property in a safe manner. And this might be the way to go. So it's a nice holster for what it is and seems to work pretty well. Nice flush fit with that 18 rounder with that mag well, but you can still get your hands around if you had to kind of help strip it out. It's not a great grip on it, but that's what the extendos are for, right? Just want to get a kind of a demonstration on what that compensator is doing, and I'll show you an up close on everything you get in the box, including how you actually can remove that compensator if you don't want it on there. But this is the SFX whiteout, right? Want to put a few rounds through it and just kind of show you how jumpy it is compared to a comped TTI Combat. I think I was riding that slide release there. One more. Just for fun, right? For science. Canik TTI Combat Smoke with the extendos. Let's see here. is already scorching, and I'm about to do some mag dumps with it. Let's do 3 mag dumps, and we'll start with the original SFX mag. Just make sure that runs pretty good. No issues there. I haven't had any issues with this. There's a couple of little quirks that I want to talk about on the table, so we'll go back to the table after this, show you everything you get with this, talk about the compensator, talk about the optics options for this, and all of the interesting accessories you get when you get one of these TTI Combats. So first, the old original extendos. I think it's +2, so probably like 20. I don't know if it's 21. I think it's 20. It might be 21. I think it's 20. Here we go. Let's see. $18 rounder. It came with it. Ooh, see that? Did I get it? Yep. Well, it's one of those, if you hit it hard enough, it slides home. Data point, guys. Data point. My dot's a little high. Probably should have taken a look at that. And then 18 rounders with the +3 Taran Tactical. Is she hot? Yeah. Make some bacon after this one, I tell ya. Let's go back to the table. This is how I keep my camera from overheating, by the way, in 100 and some degree heat index in those days. These Sonys like to heat on the back of the camera, so if you ever have a camera that's overheating, put a fan right on the back of it. And for some reason, that's right where I guess a lot of the electronics are from the circuitry, so it likes to overheat right there, nowhere near the battery, but yeah, little old baby stroller fan. The kids still steal those from me, but I need it for my video stuff. Also, if you haven't tried some of this First Form Grape Smash yet, this is my favorite energy drink right now. Works very well and sounds healthy, right? But also, Grape Smash, delicious. Much like the other Canik TTI Combat, which I've seen at a few different shows, including SHOT Show. Got to meet Taran, all that good stuff. This one comes in a very nice case with push-button locks, TSA approved case with locks. I mean, honestly, just really nice, right? For the price point you're getting these at, it's nice of them to throw it in there because it's still budget-minded for what it is, I think, and what you get out of it. Little TTI Combat, little placard up here from Taran Butler here. It's kind of like a thick rubberized sticker is what this feels like. Little plastic coating on there. Here, even though this is the new Smoke Edition, it still shows the original. So if you haven't seen the original one, there it is right there. With the manual there, you can kind of see kind of that bronze color to it. Canik. And here she is, pretty much as it came from the factory, except there was a spacer right here that blocked off my Gideon Optic Omega right there. They do have one of their, I think the Mete line or something for the red dots, and it also originally came with this plate right here, right? So it's a little Taran, little plate there, and that's what covered the top. Everything's been cleared, by the way. That's what covered the top here, and that way it would just flush. Now, I like the sights. I think it would have been cool to have a night sight up here, but I get it's a race gun, so fiber optic might be the way to go. We'll talk about the gun itself in a minute. Let's talk about the case. So this is the medium back strap right here. You have a small and a large. So like most handguns nowadays, they come with back strap options. This comes with the medium, little roll pin you push out right there. 2 additional plastic plates, which plastic, guys, like that's kind of garbage. These like to warp in the heat and loosen up the screws even with Loctite. We've talked about that. That's why I switched to calculated kinetics for a lot of my optics plates that come with any kind of plastic on there. This is actually a aluminum plate right here. Very nice, and that's the RMR. So that's the RMR plate that is aluminum on there, and then these are polymer for the RMSC, and I think Delta Point Pro was the other one on there. You have the 18 round mag here. The other mag is sticking right here with that additional base plate. I think they should have threw a mag right here instead of this foam. What am I supposed to do with this foam? I would have nice to have seen a mag there. 3 mags, 2 for your little side holster there on the left side, 1 for in the gun. Pretty simple, right? 3 mag loadout, standard, but you do get a little handgun, which is cool. It doesn't really fire. I haven't figured out how to shoot it yet, but sounds loaded, right? Now, this is actually a mini tool with a little reinforced tip on here. Must be some kind of metal tip of some type because I have been using it, because inside here is very nice of them to do, is to give them the bits you need that go into this little handgun here, right? Pretty sure I dropped another little piece of screw. I'll have to go find that, or never again, who knows. And these screws come in here. Now, there's a problem with these screws. We're going to talk about the problems with these screws at the end of this little unboxing here of this case, because it goes along well with the optic choice that I chose. So let's see if we can get all these in there. They all just kind of fit in there like so, but it's nice of them to include the screws, and these are the screws with the little locking little washers there. Those are the ones that come to hold the protective cover plate on. Now, taking this, opening her up underneath like a plate of lasagna, you got more. Another layer of noodles here. I wonder what was there. This would have been interesting to see, but let's go over here and show you. This is the Canik Taran Tactical commemorative coin. That's kind of neat. I have a little coin rack that I set up in my office. I'll show you guys. If you want to look, you can take a look down there. I got it off Amazon. It holds a lot of those little coins there. I got a little loader, pretty standard. I have a little Lula loader that works pretty good, so no need for that really. But here's the new holster with that knurled little adjustment for tension right there. You also have adjustment for your belt. This, I used a EDC from Core Belts. That's all I used today. Kind of went lightweight today, very hot today, so I didn't want to go too heavy on the gear. And then this locks up very nicely with no push buttons this time. It's just a simple kind of Kydex lock, which I prefer. Now, if you needed more security, you're going to want to go to like Safari Land or something, right? We have a button on this side, but the old finger push buttons here were always a safety issue, I think, for a lot of people, especially if you're a new shooter, which these are more budget minded, so it could be for new shooters. You don't want something here because if you draw and then accidentally do this, you know, bad news bears, right? So it's nice to have a button here. That's what a lot of people like to see. So you get the holster, works well with the SFX, the whiteout I have as well. In here you have a cleaning brush. It's great to see. This is all you really need to get the barrel clean if you want. I will do a cleaning video on this. You also have a pull through for patches. This is the tool I'm going to show you guys in a second for the comp. It's a little roll pin punch there. And then here's a lock that you can throw away. And then here is the recoil spring. Now this is an additional recoil spring. All right, this one's a little bit different. This one's designed for lighter loads or running suppressed, is what I've heard. Now, I don't know why you'd want to run this suppressed, but we'll talk about that in a second with that compensator. But if you wanted to switch out the barrel and go suppressed, you could, and you could take off this comp as well. Switch out for that spring, but I've been running 124s and 115 9mm all day. No issues so far. Talk about the compensator real quick, and then we'll talk about what I like, what I don't like, do some accuracy testing, we'll get out of here, get back in the air conditioning. So, safety check, obviously nothing in there. Slide itself runs pretty smooth. Compensator on the end here, lock it back. This is a removable compensator. All right, now it is not a threaded barrel though. That is unfortunate, but it is hard to do with the fact that they did actually cut a barrel slot at the 12th hour right there on the top there, and that allows for it to help compensate and push that barrel back down, which you kind of saw with the SFX, the whiteout edition, that it does help a little bit, right? So the compensators are there to compensate. They help kind of bring it down and get you faster rounds, quicker on target, more accurately. So this right here is actually for this tool. If you look on the end here, you see a little push button. Well, this little push button activates this little lever here. Now, if you push this in so that that latch lifts up like so, you can kind of see that. And then while you're pushing it in, you actually rotate this whole compensator to here, and then you can go and simply twist this off. Pops right off. almost toolless. Pretty cool, just there if you want. So you can take that off, and underneath here is just a barrel with that ported slot right there, and then a couple of notches on the sides there. So just know that it's not threaded or anything, but if you didn't want the comp, you could take it off, or if you need it for competition, you can't use a comp for whatever reason, there you have it. So that's what this is for. And it's a nice heavy duty push punch as well, so you can kind of see, has a little slot there. Actually, you could use this for roll pins and things like that as well if you wanted to. It's a nice one, so there you go. A lot to love, a couple things not to love. Mostly it's to love, right? Or good. I like it. It's good. It's good. First and foremost, it runs. Can't complain there. I'm a few hundred rounds in. I was talking to my buddies, Fit and Fire and Clayco and H-Town Werewolf, and all those guys, you know, we're pretty close. We're talking about, are 1,000 round reviews even necessary? And in this economy, in the price of ammo right now, no. I don't think 1,000 rounds are really needed. I think initial 300 to 500, which I'm doing right now, which I do for everything I do for handguns. 300 to 500 is a good idea on break-in, and then good idea on, does it run? Does it have any hiccups? Does it need to be cleaned right away? So far, this is about 350 rounds or so just today, and it's been good. I mean, it's a Canik. They typically do run. They're fairly reliable, even with that price point. So it runs good. I like a lot of the cuts. Nice and grippy. The grip is nice and grippy as well. Aluminum mag well, aluminum mag release, aluminum slide release. The trigger, I'm just going to show you here. Nice flat aluminum trigger. You can see that, nice coloration. Ooh. Canik's always been known for the triggers though. It's like a Walther PDP. Or PPQ back in the day. Yeah, nice short reset. Probably only a few pounds. Overall pull right there. Yep, rack. Anyone can rack this. That's the best part about it. Very easy to rack. Super easy to rack. I would have liked to see a night sight, I think, up front. I like the blacked out serrated rear. That's great. Night sight would have been nice. Comp, you know, I heard some people talk when I first posted a short on this that the comp doesn't really match well, but you can see the gradient of this gray, black, you know, smoke color here. You know, it's okay. I mean, it doesn't match as well as maybe the bronze of the original, but if you didn't want the bronze and you wanted something like this, this is pretty cool. I would have liked to maybe see this a little toned down, maybe a gray instead of white, but it's Taran Tactical. You're getting it because it says TTI Combat on the side, right? So like all of his other products, it's gonna scream TTI, so that's fair. It seems like it kind of pushes in my hand a little bit right here, a little bit too much, but again, that is just user preference. I would have loved to see 3 mags in here like we talked about. I think the holster is a good improvement over the old one. One other thing I think that is an interesting thing that is across all handguns, and it's something I want to talk about because I always see this in every new handgun. I'm like, guys, just do more. So I had to buy on Amazon a whole new optic plate screw kit. I'll drop the link down below if you guys want them. It comes with like 100 screws of all different sizes designed specifically for optics, and it has nice big heads, right? Those little screw heads that strip out so easy. No, I want big heads and I want different lengths to fit, right? So I had to go put the RMR plate on here. Then all the screws that came in this little cool tool here, yeah, none of them fit this RMR plate. None of them. Not only they don't fit the RMR plate, they don't fit any of the holes that would fit this RMR plate. So there's only 2 holes that fit the RMR plate, and then there's like another 4 holes, I think, on the side for different parts of the other plates on here. So there's 6 holes total, 3 on each side. And then if they do fit, it's like, I had a Holosun on here, but there's no cutouts in the slide for the Holosun to sit in because Holosun has these protrusions on the front for one of the EPSs, whatever it is, and it has these 2 little protrusions on the front to kind of hold it steady. Well, those cuts aren't there, so you have to get it on here. Well, the Holosun doesn't come with any screws either. So I had to go back in the box for Gideon. So I found this Gideon Omega. Love the Gideon optic. It has a nice big, wide optic cut for it right there, right? And I had to go dig up screws. I originally was in my kit, and I was like, all right, maybe I'll use the kit if I have to there. Or I can see if the original Omega screws that came with this one that I've been running on my dagger, does that work? And it did. So I found 2 screws with the Omega on a dagger, took it off the dagger, put it on here, and now we are back in business and it's Loctite. No issues. Did put a little bit of Loctite on there actually to keep it kind of down there so that way it doesn't go anywhere, but so crazy that they don't include like a couple of dozen screws with this kit and not just like 2 screws. Like I don't get it. Every pistol that has an optic system come with every screw possible. Do it, especially Holosun. Holosun is like the generic RMR nowadays. Let's go back to the range. Let's do some accuracy testing at some distance and then up close, and we'll wrap this up. Let's do a few rounds, a couple of mags on a 35 yard target. Also, like my umbrella setup, just zip tied it to the Diamondback. That's like a $20 beach waves store umbrella. Saw it in the garage. I was like, man, it's way too hot out here to be just sitting there sweating all day. So that works. Who needs the $500 Overland umbrella? Come on now. Optic still holding on, no wiggle. The slide itself has a little bit of jiggle, but nothing more than usual, right? All right, middle black. I think I got like 6, 7 rounds in here. Let's see where the optic's at. Most of those are like dead center. It really depends on how you feel that trigger out. It is a wide trigger, so you're gonna wanna practice with that. It's got some knurling on the front, but it's very wide, so you wanna make sure you get that pad right in the middle and just practice with it. It's just a little bit different. It's probably like 30% wider than a normal trigger. She's thick. Spat up a little at the end there, but yeah, those are all dead center. Like, might be cheating. Just in case you thought I was lining up the dead center. These are like the first couple of shots. I think it was like one here, and then I hit one there, one there. Then I kind of locked in right here. And then a couple when I was speeding up a little bit towards the end. I'd take it. Hey, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Osprey. Ooh, it's hot. Get that sun off of me. My face. Also just went to the beach the other day, so took the lad for a day trip. Didn't want to burn the skin any more than I have to. All right, 7 yards, 5 rounds, 124 grain 9mm. Gonna start on the right side with the Canik SFX whiteout. Nice and slow. Right side, 5 rounds. Here we go. Let's try the grouping. Nice and slow. Okay. Not too bad, right? All right, now. Canik TTI Combat Smoke. Again, 5 rounds, 124 grain. Left side. About the same speed. I'm doing like a round a second or so. I was like, man, I'm missing. 3 of the rounds are in the same hole. I was like, how am I missing? Wow, I suck. No, look. Whiteout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. TTI Combat. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I get it. All right. And I think I even sped up a little bit on this one. All right, they did good. Taran, you did good. All right, quick mag dump, center mass, helps get the round count up a little bit, test some more reliability. This thing is already piping hot. Sitting in the sun the whole time, getting warmed up. We know it's accurate. let's get a bunch of A zones. You ready? Here we go. Also, my timer's messed up, so just send me a beep. Just let me know. All right, I'll do it. Beep. Let's see. Well, half of them are A's, and half of them are C's. I got a D there. Close enough, right? Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this quick review of the Canik TTI Combat. I've heard good things about the original, so when this one came out, I was like, hey, Canik, send it my way. I'll beat it up, let people know how it is. And there's a lot to love, a couple of weird quirks there, but overall, for what this is, being a budget race gun with that Taran Tactical name on there, it runs. Yeah, it runs pretty good. It's very accurate. The comp is doing its job. It's getting dirty. There's not a lot to hate here. So if you guys have any questions about the Canik TTI Combat Smoke Edition, hit them down in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them. Train hard, especially with something new like this. Get out there, grab a couple of boxes of ammo and just train with it. Shoot it, and if you don't want to spend that kind of money, just go and dry fire. And try to hit the same doorknob, you know, without, you don't shoot actual rounds in your house, but dry fire, right? Just get the red dot on a doorknob every time. Just train. You never know what's coming. Take care of the ones you love. Those are the ones that matter, and we'll see you guys in the next review.